Mass minions at Builder Hall level 6? What kind of crazy OP attack strategy is this? Let's find out. What is going on, guys? Judo Sloth here, and welcome back to another video where today we are versing off the Beta Minions against Max Builder Hall level 6 layouts. Now, we have done this with a few of the other troops. The Raged Barbarians and the Sneaky Archers both fared pretty well against Builder Hall level 6 layouts, securing the 2-star both respectively. Will the Beta Minions be strong enough to do just that? Now, this is the developer account, guys. That is how we're able to match my other base. And let's get straight into this with some mass minion attacks. Any of you guys that are new to the channel, welcome. Please make sure to subscribe using the button below, and hitting the notification bell will mean you get notified when each and every one of my videos go live. So let's get into this one, guys, and give you some tips along the way. Now, the minions are very vulnerable to the air bomber defense and the roaster defense you can see on either side of the Builder's Hall for this one, so definitely going to be difficult in order to take out. What we can do, because of their ability and that long range, is to try and snipe off some buildings first, create a little bit of a funnel so that they can come in over. You can see many of the defenses here out of range of the minions, so we are able to circle the base and pick up definitely the high percentage 1-star. And then it's a matter of whether we can get past the roaster defense and the air bomber. So what we're going to try and do is funnel the battle machine in towards that roaster defense. Try and keep him away from the crushers, because that is the vulnerability of the battle machine. So what we're going to try and do here is bring him in towards the cannon here, and hopefully he'll walk around towards that crusher, and we can try and pick off a few of these other defenses as we go along for the battle machine. Trying to just make a good funnel here, also help with percent in terms of making sure we get that 2-star. As you can see, the minions having a little bit of difficulty here with the clock tower, because that the archer tower is set to long range. The minion here will definitely get that clock tower, and then we should be good to send the battle machine in. Once everything is tanked, we should be able to bring the minions in a little bit more heavily in order to take out some of these defenses here, really, and really work in towards them. So what we really need to try and do here is get the minions in towards these archer towers, and it's not going very good, guys. The battle machine is down, and that is definitely devastating for the minions here. I really didn't get them in quick enough towards the defenses, and the battle machine just took too much heavy fire, and it went down in a flash. So we're going to struggle here to get that roaster defense down, but we're going to try anyway, guys, and see how we manage. Let's just see if there are any other buildings at the bottom here we can snipe off and ensure that we get at least that 1-star. Now, as with the Barbarians and the Sneaky Archers, any bases that we struggle on particularly, we will come back at the end of the video and try and take them down for the 2-star, unless we just continue to epically fail, guys, and then we will obviously cut it short. I don't want you guys just watching me fail on the videos here. So there is the 1-star, and obviously we need to try and get the firecracker out here. I don't think we have any chance of getting the Builder's Hall. I mean, we got to get through the roaster defense, the firecracker, the Tesla, trying to snipe off that firecracker there, just because I know it is the final defense there that can take off the minions, and it's very low on damage. It does go down, but we have no chance of getting the Builder's Hall. This is going to wrap up as a 1-star and only 56%, because the minions will most certainly get taken out by that Tesla. In fact, one of them, amazingly, is out of range, takes out that cannon, and then gets blasted anyways. So 59% 1-star, not the best here for the Beta Minions. Definitely struggled more so than the Raged Barbarians and the Sneaky Archers. Let's change the base though and see if they can do a little bit better. Now, the main difficulty I feel with the minions is that the Barbarians were mainly vulnerable to the Crusher. As we explained in the Sneaky Archer video, they were mainly vulnerable to the multi-mortar, However, with the Beta Minions, they have a few defenses there which can really take them down. And again, with this base layout, you can see, like you will come across most of the time, the Roaster and A-Bomb on opposite sides of the Builder Hall. There's no real clear path here in order to take it down. If we come from one side, we might be able to take one of the splash defenses out. However, the other is going to be blasting the minions from the other side. Let's try and come into the Air Bomber this time, guys. And then hopefully the minions with that longer range that they have might just outrun the Roaster and have that little bit extra range. So not really too great there in terms of creating a funnel for the battle machine. Let's try and get maybe these two buildings down so that it goes in. We really wanted to target the air bomber as soon as possible. However, it's definitely going to be difficult here in terms of the cannon, and the crusher, most importantly, are going to be doing massive amounts of damage onto our battle machine. Trying to sprinkle the minions in here to try and get some of these defenses down. The cannon there is just about to go down. That is doing a lot of damage onto the battle machine. Let's press that ability. I really want to try and get this long-ranged archer tower down as well, because the battle machine is going to start. There it is. The double cannon doing massive amounts of damage, and the crusher was actually in range as well and managed to take the battle machine out no problem. So that is a big issue for the minions here. Let's try and get this archer tower down. If that goes down, guys, we might then be able to track the minions directly onto the air bomber. Don't want to put too many in here, because I know for a fact that they are going to go down quickly once that air bomb hits them and does that splash damage. We didn't quite get 50% of the damage down. Oh, that was awful. Tried to put too many in. They do split up, and actually it works out quite nicely. We just about almost get it down. Maybe these two minions will be enough, but I'm not too sure, again, whether we're going to be able to get the Builder's Hall. I am trying, guys, for the 2-star here, but it's just awfully difficult. This is really what we needed. Maybe we should have tried. Let's come back to this base at the end of the video, guys, and what I think I'll try and do is push the minions in a little bit heavier in terms of taking out them defenses, and then now you can see that we might be able to take the crusher down, that double cannon, and then the battle machine would walk straight in towards the Builder's Hall and might have a chance of taking it down. As it happens, awful attack with the Beta Minions, 36% no-star. I think we can be confident, guys, that the Beta Minions, mass Beta Minions, is not going to be any kind of OP strategy at Builder Hall level 6. You really need them other troops to help them out, whether it's the baby minion strategy in terms of using the baby dragons to help, having that little bit extra tankage, having the ability to take down them defenses just that little bit quicker. The minions just very vulnerable to splash damage. In terms of specific base layouts, you might come across a base, for example, where the cannons, the point defenses in terms of the archer towers, are pushed right to the edge. Similar with the sneaky archers, you might be able to take them down just that little bit easier, and from there you then might be able to take the base a little bit easier, getting the battle machine into them splash damage. So let's check this one out, guys. This one is interesting. The Roaster is going to be out of the way if we push into the Builder's Hall from this east side of the base. We do have the air bomber on the bottom. That is going to be difficult. We really need the battle machine in there. Let's try and snipe off some of these defenses that might cause an issue to the battle machine. If we can get any extra damage away from the battle machine, that is obviously going to be very helpful in terms of it getting in there and taking that air bomber down. So there is one cannon out of the way. If we can get this elixir storage out of the way, the collector, sorry, there we are. We should be able to track the minions straight onto that Tesla. Hopefully that goes down. That is one less defense hitting our battle machine. Now it's just a case of tracking him directly onto that air bomber, and from here you should see he should go directly to the left, right onto the wall there by the air bomber. That is perfect. He should get that straight down, and then what we really need to try and do is bring the minions in towards that multi-mortar, towards the crusher, bringing them in quite heavily here in terms of getting these defenses down quickly, because the battle machine is about to any second take out that air bomber. So we did lose a couple of minions. Hopefully once this air bomber goes down, I can bring them in a little bit heavier to try and help get this multi-mortar, try and help get this double cannon, and save the battle machine from going down. There is the air bomber down, bringing the minions in a little bit heavier here so that he can get that double cannon down. He still had the ability there in terms of that heavy damage, and he was able to get the double cannon, able to get the archer tower there. He's moving on forward to the roaster. Can he get that as well, guys? That will be massive for the minions, and they will most certainly be able to take out this base. He's out of range. He just didn't get it, guys. That is a crying shame. Let's try and get that crusher down, and then we should be able to track the minions directly onto the builder's hall. That roaster there giving us a little bit of issue. Let's try and sprinkle the minions onto it so that hopefully with that long shot ability, they can take that down. If they do get it down, we should be plain sailing here, guys, for the builder's hall. This is fantastic, actually. I'm very pleased of how this has turned out. Let's get the minions into that builder's hall. This was the base that we struggled with the sneaky archers to take out. And you can see the minions here have absolutely dominated this layout and crushed it, to be honest. There is the 65%. Let's go ahead and try and take out this short-range archer tower so that hopefully we can take out a few other buildings. Maybe we should have just brought the minions in at the side there because they don't quite get it down. But 65%, that is where each and every one of these troops do have their strengths, guys. And like I said, just before we made that attack, if you can get onto a base where you can pick off the point defense on the outside, then it might be that little bit easier in order to take it out. Let's go back to that second base where we failed miserably as a bonus attack. I hope you guys are still with me. Any other tips for the beta minions, make sure to drop them in the comments below. Hashtag Beta Minion OP if you enjoyed that last attack. I certainly enjoyed doing it, and I'm very happy for the beta minions, actually, that they did manage to pull off a 2-star attack. They're the only troops so far out of the Rage Barbarians and the Sneaky Archers that had struggled to do that. And it just shows you guys, we struggled with that base layout first time around with the Sneaky Archers, but the beta minions there having no issue taking it down, no problem. Having a little bit of an issue finding our base here. Hopefully we'll match up in just a second, guys, or we're going to have to come back to this video. We're both searching. Like I said, this is the developer iPad, the developer account, so that's how I'm able to match myself, and hopefully in a second that will be the case. If you do enjoy this series in terms of watching the single troop armies attack a max builder hall level 6, make sure to drop me a comment down below with which troop you would like to see next. I kind of skipped over the Boxer Giant because I felt it just might be a little bit difficult for them to get in and get them defenses. So here we are, guys, back on this base. Like we said last time, what I think I'm going to try and do is take out these 2 cannons so that we can bring the battle machine in. Hopefully there's not too much damage there. The Crusher is obviously going to do massive amounts of damage to our battle machine. Very, very difficult here to try and work out what to do, but let's go for it, guys. Few minions either side. Let's bring them in rather heavily so that we can create this funnel here, get in towards the double cannon and the single cannon, hopefully get that down so that the battle machine isn't taking too much damage once he comes into the base. So checking this out, they're coming in here quite heavily, guys. Really don't want to bring them in too far so that they start getting attracted by that air bomber, because that will do the splash damage onto our minions. We've managed to get a couple tracked onto the double cannon. Hopefully we can get that down fairly shortly, and the single cannon there should hopefully go down as well. We have used over 50% of the minions already. We've got the double cannon down, we've created a nice funnel, but we're now in range of that air bomber. Let's try and get that final cannon down just so that the minions can hopefully do some heavy damage. I think I'm going to go for this long-ranged archer tower as well, try and get that, but I do want to save a couple of minions for the percent. Actually, what I think I'm going to do here, guys, is wait until the archer tower has been attracted by the battle machine. Then we should hopefully be able to bring the minions in a little bit easier. So here comes the battle machine. He's attracted the archer tower, so let's get a few of the minions in, hopefully get that down so that the battle machine isn't taking quite as much damage, because he is going to struggle getting through the Crusher here. Let's have a couple of more minions to help get that Crusher down, or at least get a little bit more damage on it. Since the Battle Machine isn't taking too much damage at this point, I don't want to press his ability. I want to save it for when he gets through to take that Crusher down ever so quickly. So through he comes. There is the ability. Hopefully he goes straight for the Crusher. He doesn't, guys. He goes for the Air Bomber defense, and that is awful news because I feel that he's going to go down here. We're going to fail again with the Beta Minions, but unfortunately, I'm not going to rub it into the Beta Minions. I'm not going to attack that base again. Let me know how you would have attacked it down in the comments. That wraps it up for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I've been your host, Sloth. Make sure to subscribe for more Clash of Clans, and until next time, peace out, guys.
Stay tuned for more Clash of Clans.